the round. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Reacts to the throw. Nice read with the cannon spike. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Knockdown. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Oh, could be the start of something. The overhead's good. Spikes. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Jumps in. Quick breather. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Shows a medium kick. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Looking to impress with this super. Wait, what? Are they actually dead?
Locked on.
The super art doesn't kill. They gotta focus to finish this off.
There.
Noticeable blocks up. No escaping that. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Casual match. Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Let us begin. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. They don't score the punish counter, but still get a nice hit in. Taking stock. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Anadias cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive impact. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Can they stop this life lead from getting bigger? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Zones with the fireball. Player 1 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive, tries to act quickly, but with the attack. The Condor wind added a bit of juice. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. A quick breather. drive impact misses! You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Are we gonna see a comeback here? The drive, there's the third, what a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Goes up above, sets up with the jump-in. This is gonna hurt. Player gut punch shreds him. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Shrugs that off. The drive impact doesn't work. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. This cross-up attack. Player one can't big-time whiff. This can lead to some big damage. And whiffs. They're wide open. Okay, here we go. There's a burnout. Player, they think this time to bust this out? Perfect damage calculation, no doubt about it. They are done. Player one is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
Round one.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gut punch shreds them. This can lead to some big damage. Combo with the target combo. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Life lead is opening up, but that could still be looking to cook them up. Perfect execution and gameplay net our fighter a perfect round. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Steps back to start things off. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Did well to get the buff in there. Checks them with the projectile. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Still slugging it out at this range. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Swoops in with the dive. Player two will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side swing. Impact squashed. Gotta do better than that. Jumps up, sees the overhead coming. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? No drive. Oh, what is it? That combo finishes it. Player one was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps up. Sticks the combo. Neither of them willing to back off here. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Blows him. What's next? Well-timed corner switch. Player two is just about out of drive after that. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Taking stock. Smart throw, that'll do more damage than usual. Apt delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Player two is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Knockdown and ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Finishes things off with authority with that big punish counter. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Gets the jump in. Misses the drive impact. You do not want to whiff an impact. Condor Wind is fully stocked now. Lily's neutral game is now even more dangerous. Super Hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Player charges forward, scrapping it out up close. They're going for the Super Art. In range for the Raging Typhoon. This is gonna take a chunk and then some. That's while they're blinking. One chance here may end this match. Goes up above, cashes out the cage right there. Who's gonna take? Ooh, what a smart blow. There's a burner, puts the fear of God in him. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. Bombs up fire. Player 2 won out those close suckers. And now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Fire coming through. Player 1 is in a very good spot now. Getting up close and personal. Players hit that with confidence. Turns out. Okay, here we solid anti-air. Flatline zone. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Jumps in. Grabs and throws him away. Gets carried to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Still slugging it out here. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Checks them with a projectile. Are we gonna see a comeback here? A quick breather. But there's the drive impact that's going to pay. Oh! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Decides to buff up while they can. Did well to get the buff in there. Hits them with a stop and bop. Gets a risky buff in. Watch out! Typhoon coming through. What'll happen here? Buffs up.
Sure you can.
Player 2 will look experiencing burnout. KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opts to create space to start. The last round. It's now or never. Flushes that off and keeps going. Harry connects. Are they trying to bait a throw? They may have something up their sleeve. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Crowns them from above. Okay, here we go. Big time whip. Player, this unleashes some big damage. Super art to show up what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Throws a fireball. Jumps in. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 1 chasing, and a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. And the throw ends the round. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened? Brushes that off and keeps going. Scrapping it out up close. Grabs him. Going in. Charges forward. Anti-air drops.
Sure you can.
Gets a risky buck in. Going on the offensive? Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Experiencing burnout. Are we cleared for landing? One chance here may end this match. Threads it cleanly. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Checking their reactions with a fireball? The last round. It's now or never. Both big time win. Risky up close. Ooh, what a smart blow. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Fire! Player 2 is barely hanging on to their last. Burns out. Player 2 rushes in. Ooh, drops them. Medium super art to show them what a PhD in fighters can do for you. What now? Sets up with the jump in. Player 2 drives it back, misses. I can't believe it. No, critical. They are done. Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game.